If I were to say to you the phrase Gangneum Incident, you probably would be thinking of the 2012 viral hit by Psy, Gangnam Style. However, if it had been 1997 or 1998, and you were living in South Korea, you would be thinking about a far more dangerous incident than just a viral music video. An incident that would start with a submarine running aground and end with 43,000 troops on a manhunt for a dozen North Korean agents trying to make it back across the DMZ. The year is 1996. A small three-man team is returning from a clandestine reconnaissance mission deep in South Korea. Waiting for them at the coast is a North Korean Sengo-class submarine. On board are 9 more agents, and a crew of 12 manning the submarine for the mission. The team gets back aboard, but the stormy and choppy seas are giving problems to the crew of the submarine to navigate away and slip under the waves to safety on their trip home. The waves batter the boat, pushing her closer to the shore, when there is a sudden crash as the boat hits submerged rocks. The crew frantically tries to get the sub free. It is early morning. It won't be long before the sun is up, and they will stick out for all on the usually quiet shoreline. As the crew fight to free the submarine, a plan is being put into place by the heavily armed North Korean agents. With time running out before they will be spotted, they take matters into their own hands and execute the crew of the submarine for their failure in running aground. They then grab as much gear as they can and exit the submarine and slip ashore. Unbeknownst to them, a passing taxi driver spotted the submarine and immediately went to find a phone to call the authorities. The alert was raised. The chase had begun. The Korean peninsula has been separated into two since the end of the Second World War. A communist dictatorship was established under Kim Il-sung in the north, and a democracy was established in the south under President Lee Syngman. After the surprise attack by the North Koreans and the subsequent war on the peninsula in the 1950s, the two countries became armed camps against one another. The North Koreans boast one of the largest militaries in the world. This also includes their Special Operations Forces, or SOF for short, with training specializing in infiltration, fast attack, evasion, and staying undetected in enemy territory. The South Koreans, with their allies in the United States, can also boast a large and professional military force. Their training and equipment able to stay on the cutting edge of technology. This allows them to stay more lethal despite having a smaller force overall. While both countries do have large active militaries, they are primarily made up of conscripts. Conscription is compulsory or mandatory service to their country. This does not lead to the best quality of soldiers. The North relies on fear, propaganda, and terror to motivate their soldiers to follow their orders. Their soft forces are a different type entirely, troops that are far above the quality of the normal soldiers you would find in frontline service. While the South Koreans also have conscript comprising the bulk of their ranks, they do not rely on fear to get their soldiers to fulfill their orders. Instead, they rely on tradition and defense against the tyranny of the North as their means of motivation. While their troops are better equipped, supplied, and trained, they are still at a mismatch against the more elite soft troops that have just come ashore and have headed north. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Part 2 will be coming, so be sure to click the notification bell to know as soon as it is released.